Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alt Kings podcast. I'm your host, Tate, with my co-host, Corbin, and today we are diving deep into XLM, also known as stellar lumens.
Yeah, rounding out the ISO coins with this one.
Yes, indeed. With a price of 23 cents, a total supply of 50 billion, and a circulating supply of 24.7 billion.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too shabby at all.
A lot of on-demand liquidity out there to be used.
Especially for Stellar's main target.
Yeah.
Which is,
peer-to-peer. Partially business-to-business as well.
Could be, maybe for their smaller transactions.
Yeah, for sure. So give us a little brief down. What is Stellar? What does XLM provide?
So XLM is similar to a lot of the other ISO tokens in that it is cheap and easy to move, and it's relatively simple to interact with on, just on a baseline basis.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and essentially its main target is the peer-to-peer market, I guess you could say.
Yes.
Of where, like Cash App, for instance.
Or Venmo.
Or Venmo, yeah. Something similar to that could benefit heavily from using XLM as their source for transportation, essentially,
for sure.
their vehicle for transportation.
And the thing about those two is, like, Venmo and Cash App, they're nonetheless only being able to be used, like, in the United States, from what it seems. XLM is something that you're able to use anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
No matter the time, no matter the day, no matter the amount of money.
Yeah.
It's almost feeless, but they only charge about, I believe it's 0.0001 XLM per transaction.
It's literally nothing.
Yeah. Pennies to the dollar, not even. Yeah. Pennies to the penny, actually.
Yeah, it's like a decipenny or something, however many zeros in front of a penny.
Yeah. So Stellar is an open network that allows money to be moved and stored. It was released of July 2014, and its goals was boosting financial inclusion by reaching the world's unbanked. Soon after, its priorities shifted towards helping financial firms connect with one another through blockchain technology. The network's native token is the Lumens, and it serves as a bridge to make things less expensive to trade assets across borders, like we've stated.
Yep.
Aiming to challenge existing payment providers who often charge high fees and similar service. Comparing that to things like Cash App and Venmo, and also things such as PayPal.
Yeah, or Apple Pay too.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting once Apple starts making a crypto push, because at some point they're gonna have to.
Oh yeah, they're going to have to implement some sort of way to use Apple Pay and crypto together.
Yeah,
like crypto as Apple Pay, more or less.
Yeah.
That's going to change the way everything is.
Imagine having a XLM wallet or any of these other tokens wallets built into iMessage.
Oh my. Being able to send XRP, XLM, XDC, anything through iMessage. Wow. But then that means your address will be connected to your contact or your phone number.
Yeah, true. But of course, there's got to be some anonymity that's going to be taken away. Yeah, I feel like you could have a separate address. Everything's traceable anyway.
Of course.
If you try hard enough,
you can find it.
Or if you have an algorithm and the know-how, still pretty trackable, unfortunately.
For sure. Yeah, you're right, unfortunately.
Yeah. So at some point, the IRS is going to require that everybody links their names to their accounts.
They're going to come for all of our heads.
I don't think anyone's going to do that.
Not at all. Not at all. So it's actually quite funny, though, because the creator of Stellar Lumens actually worked for Ripple before he started XLM.
Yep.
He was, Jeb McCaleb, he founded Stellar with a lawyer, Joyce Kim, after leaving Ripple in 2013. The reason why he left was over disagreements about the company's future decisions. And it's kind of funny, because me and Corbin, we looked into it a little bit, and one of the disagreements was Jed had a long string of bad ideas, and one of them was that he wanted to do a Facebook giveaway with Ripple, giving away unregistered securities, from what the SEC claims.
What?
And the giveaway was considered a disaster once he did it at Stellar.
Yeah.
It's funny. I mean, at least he found out the hard way on doing it on his own.
Yeah.
Instead of affecting Ripple.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, I mean, think about if he did do it at Ripple.
Yeah.
That's just one more thing that SEC could have just poked at him for.
Yeah.
That would have been terrible.
And at like a baseline level, I think their main disagreement was that Ripple wanted to sort of take shots at Swift and sort of either update the system to make it more, you know, make it more insert current year here in the future type of thing, because Swift has been around since like the 70s.
Yeah.
So
long time.
Yeah. So it needs some work, which, you know, that's what ISO 2022
a lot of
is
WD-40
doing,
for that rust.
Yeah. A lot of white lithium grease is going to be needed for that one. Yeah. So instead, Jeb wanted to sort of aim at the peer-to-peer payments market, and I think that was his main play with everything.
Yes. A lot of his ideas that he fed off to Ripple were clearly bad ideas, and so that's why he decided to part ways with them and start his own thing.
Yeah.
But now Jed serves as the CTO of Stellar and the co-founder of the Stellar Development Foundation. The CEO of Stellar Lumens is a person named, I forgot it.
Danelle Dixon?
Danelle Dixon.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a boy or girl, to be honest. I think that's a woman. But
hey, it's 2022, Tate.
COO is Jason Chilipala.
That's a fun last name,
Chilipala.
Nice. That'd make a really good band name.
The Chilipalas. Or just Chilipala?
Well, because there's already Tame Impala.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're at like a cover band named Chilipala.
Somebody out there, if you're starting your own band,
that was a freebie. There you go. You're welcome for that one.
So Stellars, they're basically the same as Ripple in ways of having very low transaction cost and very high speeds for transactions. But they're targeting two complete different markets.
Yeah.
Stellar's reaching for the peer-to-peer and the business-to-business, while Ripple is going for the banks-to-banks.
Yep.
Obviously, that's two different sources of money and two different quantities of money. I mean, obviously, the people and the institutions have a lot of money on their own, but the people who handle that money is the banks.
Yeah.
So the banks have more or less more money to work with. What I like to also consider, though, is I see XLM helping out a lot with just the on-demand liquidity. Because, I mean, XRP can only handle so much.
Yeah.
They only have a limited amount of tokens, 100 billion. And, I mean, eventually, once that supply starts to get eaten up and we start to hit those numbers like 589, we'll need some
sleep till 589.
Exactly. Hey, no shave till 589 now. That's what Xrooms is doing.
He's doing that for XLS 20D officially launching.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because if he was doing that, man, he'd be in ZZ Top at that point.
Like 3 to 5 more years, maybe. We'll see. That'd be...
Or sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, ISO is right around the corner in November, so...
Indeed. That's crazy.
Yeah.
One thing that we totally forgot to mention, we hit 1,000 subs. Major giveaway coming.
Major giveaway. Major key.
Yep. We are still in the discussions and in the works for this, but just know one of the items will be I don't even know if I want to say it.
We can say it's physical. Like it's an actual tangible item.
Yes. Somebody will be getting something shipped to them that weighs over 60 pounds. That's all I'm going to disclose.
It's a husky. No.
Oh, no. We are not shipping you animals.
Could you imagine?
Oh, God. Back on topic.
Yeah.
So what makes Stellar unique?
Well, Stellar's main thing is low fees and what they're really aiming for at the end of the day. So, like we said before, integration with Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, could totally see it being used for that. And that would take a pretty big, not necessarily a chunk out of the market, but like it sort of fits into that
niche.
It fits into that specialized use case, which I'll have that chart up in the corner over here of how all the ISO tokens are going to be interacting with each other once it gets launched. But it's great.
It's incomparable compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum because those transaction fees go through the roof.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's very unsustainable. I mean, you probably hear us say this in every single podcast about we just bash Bitcoin and Ethereum because of their problems.
Yeah, every time that I have to do an Ethereum transaction, my eyes look like this. Yeah, it's not a good time.
Yeah, I just had to do an Ethereum transaction today, and
how bad was that?
I had to pay $50 in fees. Yeah,
to claim your strong node?
Yeah, just to claim a little over. It was a little over $160. $60 roughly in fees. 50, 60, around there. Terrible. Just to claim a crypto that I've been collecting through a node. That just shows to prove that Ethereum is not sustainable. But compared to Ethereum, Stellar is unique because every transaction costs basically like 1/10,000th of an XLM.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Yeah, and it's just as fast as XRP.
So that's basically I'm not doing the math on this, but if XLM's only at 23 cents roughly, and it's like 1/10,000th of an XLM, that's dirt cheap.
Literal, pretty much nothing in terms of US currency.
You cut a penny into like 1/10,000th and you're basically paying that.
Yeah. And that also makes it scalable too, because if you think about how strong the US dollar is compared to other forms of currency, who knows what and how much one XLM is going for in some of these other countries where like in Greece or in places that like their currency's gotten blown out, Venezuela, of where like 0.00001 XLM could still actually be not necessarily a considerable amount of money, but $50 for an Ethereum transaction might be completely unobtainable for some people.
100%. There's going to be a lot of people out there who can't pay that $50 in an Ethereum transaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're going to have to wait months on months just to try to make that money.
Yeah.
And because like you said, just the amount of, I don't know how to word this. It's just every currency has a different value pertaining to that currency. And so like the Venezuela currency is completely corrupt. Went to trash.
Yeah, because it got inflated to high hell.
Yes.
Like the US dollar.
Yeah. And
anyway,
the rich to poor gap is insanely high. And there's so many more poor people and so many less rich people out there.
Yeah.
That the poor people aren't able to make those transactions as they wish they could because of those fees.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So something like XLM might be a lot more obtainable also, too, if they just wanted to get into crypto in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see HBAR doing that, too, but I think because XLM is squarely focused at peer-to-peer transactions that it could have more visibility in that space.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Plus, they've got a couple pretty major partnerships, too. Main one being IBM. So not a ton of crypto companies have secured partnerships with these big firms and fintech companies and stuff. But a few years ago, Stellar and IBM teamed up to launch what is called WorldWire, which is pretty cool. And it's a project that allows large financial institutions to submit transactions to the Stellar network and transact using bridge assets such as stablecoins.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, and then that also ties into some of their other partnerships, which we'll talk about later.
Yes, for sure. And it's very reassuring to see these partnerships because it just makes you feel more confident in your investment if you were to invest into these cryptos. Because, I mean, there's a lot of just skeptical thoughts out there. And, I mean, this whole market is it's really just, I'm not going to say it's not sustainable, but I'm going to say that it is very much so, it's very risky. Because there's thousands of cryptocurrencies out there that are being created and being developed and being promoted out there that not necessarily don't have use cases, but don't have quality use cases. And, I mean, when you look to invest into something, you want to see quality over quantity.
Sure.
And whenever you see something like IBM partnered with a crypto, it's only nonetheless reassuring.
Yeah. I mean, IBM used to be like the world's leading computer manufacturer back when, 60s, 70s and stuff, when computers were still huge.
Yeah, mega.
Like room
as big
size.
as this room.
Oh, like double the size of this
that's
room.
Insane.
Yeah. And they're still a massive company, too. They just do more back-end stuff for businesses now, as opposed to selling just computers.
For sure. Although other blockchains have community funds, meaning that grants can be given to the projects that help further the ecosystem, Stellar allows its users to vote on which ventures should be given this support.
Kind of like a DAO? Maybe?
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hedera does the same thing in a way, but their community is more or less the major institutions.
Yeah.
Like the people who have, what was it last time? It was 10 billion?
In terms of?
To be a part of their...
Oh, yeah, it's a ton of money.
Yeah.
It is a massive amount of money.
Yeah, to be a part of their foundation, you have to have, I think it was like $10 billion liquid or something.
So much money.
Another plus is Stellar is very secure. The network is secure using Stellar's consensus protocol, which is described as having 4 major properties: decentralized control, low latency, flexible trust, and asymptotic security. Asymptotic security.
Asymptotic. I've actually never heard that word before.
Through CSP, anyone is able to join the process of achieving consensus, and no single entity can end up with the majority of decision-making power, which, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nobody can rule it. I mean, think about it like this. Elon Musk now has like 9% of Twitter. I don't think anybody else, obviously nobody else has that much majority share.
He's the largest shareholder.
He basically has majority say.
Yeah.
And that is why he's creating an edit button on Twitter.
So excited to see it.
But that's a lot of power. And Stellar does not allow that power, which is great. Mm-hmm. It's mutual.
Yeah.
Transactions are also confirmed cheaply within a few seconds, and safeguards are in place if bad actors attempt to join the network.
Yeah. So once again, similar to how XRP does its thing, essentially, and how it's structured.
Yeah. Very, very secure.
Yeah.
And have a secure network that is able to send millions to billions of dollars worth of transactions in seconds for pennies.
Yeah.
Great investment, but not financial advice.
Not financial advice.
Now we're going to dive into the partnerships. There's 3 of them that are very, very big.
Yeah. Well, there's technically 4. We mentioned IBM earlier.
Yes.
So that counts as definitely counts as one.
There's 4 major partnerships, but they have a long list on their website. We'll be putting their website in the link below. If you don't see it there, then just look up Stellar Lumens.
Well, I'll put it there.
If you get lazy and forget about it, just look up Stellar Lumens.
One of us gets lazy and forgets about it.
MoneyGram, a cross-border peer-to-peer payments and money transfer company used worldwide. MoneyGram is one of the biggest peer-to-peer transaction companies that you can send money anywhere in the world with MoneyGram almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, similar to Western Union as well.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting, sort of the history with the MoneyGram partnership, because MoneyGram was originally partnered with Ripple.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, and they were using XRP for a long time because it had decreased their transaction fees like in the double digits of percentages. It was, insane. And also, I think the money got moved a lot quicker too, which makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, and then after the SEC sued them, MoneyGram said that they were leaving the partnership because of the lawsuit. But I think, like, it's my own little on the tinfoil hat. I think it was actually a test run to see how XRP would, how the actual blockchain would react to having, this bump up in traffic, and also sort of figure out the pitfalls and maybe, bugs and stuff that they needed to work out in the system before they started rolling it out to the big institutions. And then after they figured all that out, then MoneyGram started doing it the old way.
Sure.
All of their transaction costs went up again. It wasn't sustainable because it's a publicly traded company because you gotta you're beholden to the shareholders and you gotta make sure the stock price climbs, whatever. Unfortunately, yeah. But now that they're partnered with MoneyGram, I wouldn't be surprised if Western Union made a similar play in the near future as well. I haven't seen any official documentation. This is just me spitballing,
it's just being skeptical.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
For sure.
Honestly.
It's a great idea. I mean, XLM and Stellar, they're not in a lawsuit yet. So.
Yeah. Because XLM is American based, right?
Huh?
XLM is American based too.
That's what I was thinking the same thing. I would need to double check on this, but I believe it.
While he's looking that up, they're also partnered with Circle, which is a very, very large company. They handle payments and treasury infrastructure for a lot of different companies, and they're partnered with MasterCard, Visa, and Plaid. So,
that's major.
That's big time.
And that's not even, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's many other partnerships as well, but we just wanted to...
Because they're partnered with banks too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Circle is partnered with... Yeah, because through Plaid, actually you're able to connect... Plaid's the platform that connects your bank to any other sort of exchange.
I think so. That because I'm trying to remember. I've seen Plaid before.
I believe Plaid's the software that you're able to connect your bank account to other exchanges to be able to withdraw your money.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
For the direct deposits and stuff.
Is that what Uphold uses?
Yeah, I believe Uphold uses it, and a couple others. I'm not too sure, but yes, XLM is based out of the United States. They're based out of San Francisco, California, just like Ripple. So Jed, he was not leaving. He was leaving, but he wasn't leaving.
Yeah.
He was going anywhere.
Down the street.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, MasterCard and Visa, major.
Big time.
Yep.
And then they're also partnered with Flutterwave, which creates seamless payment experiences for over 600,000 major businesses, such as Uber and Microsoft.
Those are 2 of the 600,000 plus.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. Yeah.
There's nothing to play around right here.
Yeah, the XRP community has been talking crap about Jeb for years now because of the stupid taco stand wallet.
Yeah. Oh my God. Billions of XRP
constantly getting dumped onto the market. And I think it just kind of, I don't know, because XRP was my first crypto investment. I started seeing more and more stuff about Jeb, and I was like, oh, this is stupid. Who would invest in XLM? Yeah. This is a terrible idea. This guy's killing the price of XRP. Why would da-da-da-da-da-da-da? But at the end of the day, if you just kind of sit down and look at the facts or listen to this video, you see now why it actually has a good case for itself. Not financial advice, but it makes sense.
He's helping the ecosystem grow.
Yeah.
Substantially.
He's filling in a niche.
Yes. A niche that is needed to fill.
Yeah, because XDC and XLM, I think, could fill that gap nicely.
100%.
Yeah.
And we have yet to also state, but XLM is another ISO 20022 compliant token. They're part of that family. Actually, no, we did state that.
Yeah, we did state that. I'll put the infograph back up here though, because
right after this episode, we will be recording a whole episode on ISO 20022.
Yep, what it is. Why people should care about it. It is big time.
It's major.
We're going to try to make it not boring. Because
of course. I mean,
talking plain banking stuff is just having to go through all these documents.
Give me a break. Yeah. Kidding. But yeah, literally every single episode we've talked about a crypto, it's referred to ISO 20022 in some way. So might as well make a whole episode.
Yeah, I mean, even all of the in our logo, all the coins surrounding it, and in the crown in the beginning, all of the gemstones in it are all the ISO tokens.
Yes. Actually, we're missing 2, but
we are.
So we threw. Actually, I don't believe IOTA's in it.
Oh, okay.
Because we only put 5. Technically.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's still special.
It's fine.
It's got its place.
Well, yeah, because I would rather have Quant in there than
the Overledger.
I'd rather have Quant in there than IOTA personally. But
I mean, it's for sure.
Maybe if we do like a revision 2, we'll add IOTA. Yeah. Intro guy killed it. What was his name?
I don't even know his exact name, but shout out to Josh Connects. Yeah. His plugs got us right.
Yeah. Yeah, he did super good on that.
One of a kind. Yeah, him and his partner or his friend worked day and night on that for about a week, nonstop.
Knocked it out of the park.
Beautiful. Maybe we turn it into an NFT. Who knows? I'm curious about XLM NFTs. If there's any sort of market for that, there is.
Yeah, there's I don't know what the market is like and how the infrastructure for that's set up. If they have a marketplace or anything, we could maybe do a part 2 on that or something.
Or we maybe find an XLM NFT project out there that we want to bring on, and they can spill the beans to us.
True. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, because they know the most about it.
Yeah, they'd know more than we would.
Yeah.
I mean, we can deep dive into it, but it's always nice to be able to fill the gap with those projects that are already in the system.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't believe there's much left to scrape off the tip of the iceberg about XLM.
No, I think this is good for part 1.
Part 1, yeah. Well, with that being said,
because there's always more to the iceberg.
Oh yes, we're only at the top. We got to branch down.
Yeah,
and then we'll submerge underneath the water.
Yeah,
and then soon the Titanic will crash in, and then that's when all the alts blow up.
Yeah, and then that's when XRP hits 589. We all get solid gold.
We don't know any price speculation on XLM because that is all just speculation.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting too because there's the 589 thing for XRP kind of makes me laugh because I've never seen another token's community do that with the token.
Shilling a price for a token.
Yeah, like I never see people that are like, oh, HBAR is going to go to like $500 or something. Like, nah.
Quant a little bit.
Quant a little bit, sure.
Their community definitely sees Quant going to like Bitcoin numbers.
Oh yeah, and
without a doubt.
Yeah, I see, and like it's kind of obvious. Once again, not financial advice, but you can see why people would think that.
Of course,
with it having such a low supply and it being the bridge between everything.
Yeah,
connecting all the blockchains together, and a hash graph.
So much stuff.
Yeah. So much stuff.
It's insane. I mean, we're probably just blowing your guys' minds here. We hope you learned something today.
Yeah.
But with that being said, this has been the Alt Kings podcast and episode 1 of Stellar Lumens, part 1.
Yep.
We hope you enjoyed. We hope you learned something. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for 1,000 subs.
Thank you.
Giveaway coming soon. Giveaway coming very soon within the next week or two, and we're gonna have a lot of different ways to get more entries on the giveaway as well.
Yeah, we're figuring out how to like structure everything. So
because we want to do it where everybody has the possibility of getting more than one entry.
Yeah.
Because we feel as if we have a growing community that deserves the most.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we don't want to do something that like some of those websites that like you can enter in to win like a car or something and you can pay like $100 for an entry. No. We don't want to do that. We maybe like 5 XRP, something like that, or
5 of one of the ISO tokens.
Yeah, 5 of one of the
besides quant.
Besides quant, somebody throws in 5 quant. 4 billion entries.
Shit, they'd win everything. There would be no question. They'd win everything. But if we do a sort of entry where you donate a token to our wallet and you gain more entries from that token, all of those proceeds will be reinvested into the Alt Kings. We are not taking any profit. We are just going to continue to reinvest into our channel and into our growth as a community.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we are here for you guys and you guys only.
Yeah.
We want to see you guys learn, develop, and grow with crypto as much as we are together.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, we also want to make it more entertaining because crypto doesn't have to be the driest thing on planet Earth like the banking industry is.
It's so fun to talk about it. I mean, there's so much in it, too, for people to learn. And it's one of those things, it's more or less like the internet in the early 2000s. Like
It's
whenever
the .com bubble, kind of.
more or less.
Actually, it kind of is too, because there was the same thing happened with a bunch of websites when the .com bubble was like in full swing. Like people were getting scammed. Yeah. There were a bunch of fake websites. People were losing money left and right. People were getting tons, and people were getting rich off the .com bubble. Yeah. And then after it popped, then we started to see the true winners of that era, I guess you could say. And we're having a similar sort of thing now.
You're giving me the chills talking about this, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting the chills just because I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. And it's insane. Quite frankly, insane.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, we thank every single one of you once again. Mm-hmm. And this has been the Alt Kings podcast. And we hope you have a great day. お前はもう死んでいる。何? Bingo! Oh!
Bing bong!
Bing bong!
Now I gotta edit that in.
Yeah, at the end. Very end.